Good afternoon, Saints. I'm Martin.
And I'm Katie. St. Francis High School has made national news this week with the dismissal of girls volunteer soccer coach Ben Hildy.
Hildy was dismissed when a photograph of him posing as a clown at his final soccer practice made its rounds on social media and raised some fears in the recent clown sightings phenomenon.
This is Bree Whited reporting from the district office at ISD 15. We just spoke with Superintendent Troy Ferguson about the dismissal of the soccer coach that has made national news. On Monday, when players and parents arrived to plead for Hilder's reinstatement, local news media KARE 11 and Fox 9 News were there as well. By Tuesday, the story had been picked up by NPR, the Star Tribune, and KSTP. And by Wednesday and Thursday, it had been mentioned on the Today Show and Good Morning America. Although he would not like to go on camera, we did get some written statements that he would like to share. We asked Ferguson if he was surprised that the story blew up. Ferguson said he's never surprised at the reach of social media.
Members of the soccer team and their parents attended a school board meeting on Monday night to try to convince the school board to bring Hildy back.
Players joined their former coach again on Wednesday night at Dairy Queen to continue their support.
The day of the event, I was just planning on the end of the season, my last soccer practice with my team, so I brought a clown mask just to have some fun with the Halloween right around the corner.
We were at practice and Ben pulled up and he had the clown mask on and we all laughed about it and we went on our warm-up run and he was running around with it on. It didn't last more than 5 minutes and no one was threatened by it.
And then the varsity soccer team came up to me and just asked me to take a harmless picture behind the garbage can with it, and I did it. It got passed around and here we are.
Ben has been my coach for almost 5 years now. He's been such an amazing influence on my life. I couldn't imagine being a soccer player without him. He's helped me grow in being a player itself and being a person.
Just in all, he's a great guy that just makes you do above what you thought you could do.
Tradition I've had with my teams has been over the past 3 years. It started the first year with my club team. I thought it'd be fun to hang piñatas from the soccer goals so the girls can try to kick the ball and have candy knock out of it.
Although Ferguson feels it's always compelling to hear the compassion and caring people who come to the board meetings, he felt he had to act on the behalf of the safety and fears of students all over the district.
I played for Ben. He wasn't really my coach, but he took me in as if I was on his team, and he made me want to play basketball again when I was losing faith in it. And I think this whole thing was blown out of proportion because all he wants to do is put a smile on our faces and help us out in life.
I had Ben for coach of basketball and he was always a positive role model. And like she said, she made it so we wanted to play and he made it fun for us.
Although Ferguson said Hilder would not return for the soccer season, he is welcome as a fan and supporter for the team. No decision has been made for his involvement next year.
Bring Ben back!
This is Bree Whited reporting from ISD 15.
In other news, SFHS experienced a small fire on Sunday in the Tech Ed hallway. It started in the dust collector right outside the wood shop. Principal Doug Austin was called to the scene. Other than having some classes displaced because of the residual smoke on Monday, everything is back to normal.
We don't really know for sure how. It was smoldering wood chips in a dumpster outside. Somebody might have opened it and threw something in there, but it really wasn't a fire, it was the smoldering wood chips. We got a call about 2:30, 2:45 in the afternoon on Sunday. And the fire department was dispatched and the fire alarm was going off, and that's why we came in.
Where was it?
Right outside by the wood shop, but being the exhaust wasn't running, all the smoke went backfed through the exhaust into the school. The wood shop was the worst room because the fireman said he could not see in there. So
This week has been full of spirit days, and this morning, in honor of homecoming, coronation was held in the gym.
Next week, the choir and bands had their first concerts. Sarah and Anastasia went out to get the story.
Hey everyone, my name is Mr. Armbruster and I'm the band director here at St. Francis High School. And we are preparing for our first concert. Our fall concert is next Monday, October 17th. It starts at 7 p.m. here in the Performing Arts Center. And it features all of our band students, grades 9 through 12. We have 3 bands and they'll all be performing their own songs. and they've all been working really hard. We've just had a little bit over 1 month to prepare, and each group is going to perform 3 different selections ranging from Japanese folk melodies to Broadway music and some movie music, as well as some programmatic music with our wind ensemble, our highest level group. And I'm excited to hear them perform, and all are invited to attend if you're able to make it. If you haven't been to a concert in a bunch of years, this would be a great one to get to.
I think it's going to be pretty good. We've got some good songs going, and we got some good, talented people going.
The concert is Tuesday night, October 18th. We do 2 performances at 6 p.m. and at 8 p.m. And they're identical shows. All the choirs perform at both concerts. Yeah, well, it's always interesting. The improvement piece happens really, really quickly because we go from most kids not singing all summer to some cases singing 2-3 hours a day, depending on how many choirs they're in. So it usually happens pretty quickly. Man, from the beginning of the school year, it's been an incredible transformation. So I'm excited about the work that the choirs are doing. I think our kids down here really like to perform. I think they really enjoy sharing their work with their parents, with our community. And that's really exciting. So I think they're absolutely excited to do a concert next week. Oh, it'll be the first time that our 9th graders have had an opportunity to perform with our high school choir program. So that's always really exciting. They're always very nervous but excited, I think. And our upper level choirs are singing like crazy. I'm really particularly excited about our concert choir and the work that they're doing. I think people are really going to enjoy it.
Speaking of concerts, last weekend was a big concert weekend for our staff. Bree, Danielle, and Lauren got to go to the Kanye concert, and Chi Vu got to attend the Alicia Cara concert on Saturday.
Last Saturday, I went to go see Alicia Cara's concert down in Minneapolis in the Orpheum. Now, the first person to open for Alicia Cara's concert was Nathan Sykes, a British singer. Now, besides his accent, what I really loved about his part of the show was how the lights and the fog changed colors to match the mood of his singing. Now, after Nathan Sykes off the stage, Ruth B came on. I wasn't expecting to see her. It was a really good surprise. She was so chill and laid back, but that didn't prevent her from putting on a very good show. She ended her show with her ever so popular song, Lost Boy. What I loved about Alicia was how normal she was. I also loved how much fun she was having on stage. I mean, she was performing for us, but she was also performing for herself. Alicia really showed the audience that she was true in her message, that you're beautiful just the way you are, you're perfect. You know, we all have our imperfections, yet we are all flawless. To every girl or every guy who's struggling with insecurities or struggling with trying to find themselves, just know that you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing. Not for anyone, not for the world. That's what Alicia Cara taught me. This is Chi Vu from SFHS Today, signing off.
Senior pictures and quotes are due today, so seniors, if your pictures aren't in, you should get those in before the end of the day. Email Joel Olson at isd15.org for more information.
Hey Katie, didn't you go to the Courage Retreat last Tuesday?
Yes, I did. I'm sure many of you Saints remember going to the Courage Retreat in 7th grade. In case you aren't familiar with it, the Courage Retreat is a fun-filled day where you do many team bonding activities and you discover ways to make a change in your very own school and community. Each student came up with one act of courage they would like to put in effect.
That will do it for us for this week, Saints. Stay tuned for weather, the random question thing, and sports.
It's the random question thing, ding.
Book smart or street smart? I'd rather have street smart because you can actually use it in life instead of like book smart.
I just like street smarts, you know. I'm from LA, so it's hard life.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say book smarts.
I definitely am gonna say street smart because book smart can only get you so far. So
I would have to agree. I'd rather have some street smarts so I can handle myself in the streets.
I think street smarts are more important because I don't really read a lot of books.
Book smart, because then I can learn to be street smart.
I think book smarts are better.
I would rather be street smart
because, I don't know, I feel like you would just know more that way.
I would rather be book smart. Book smart because you can later on learn street skills.
Hey Saints, welcome back to weather. I'm Bree.
And I'm Ben.
Today is partly cloudy and the high will be 66 with a low of 59.
Tomorrow is cloudy with a high of 70 and a low of 49.
Sunday will be cloudy with a high of 68 and a low of 54. Have a great weekend, Saints.
Hey Saints, and welcome back to sports. I'm Walker.
And I'm Brittany. The girls' soccer team played STMA last Thursday and lost 3-0. JV and JV2 played Andover last weekend, but both ended up losing in a tough fight. Varsity played their quarter-sectional final against Duluth East on Tuesday and walked away with the win of 1-0.
They also played on Thursday at Andover for a chance to go to state. The boys' soccer team traveled to Duluth for their section games, but they lost 11-0, so they will not be continuing on in sections.
The boys' football team played at St. Michael Albertville last Friday, losing 6-7. Tonight they play Elk River in the homecoming game. The Superfan theme tonight is Saints Wear, and the game starts at 7 p.m.
While we're on the subject of football, let's go to our Athlete of the Week, Gabe Spa, and find out how he feels about going into tonight's game.
I've coached Gabe for the last 2 years on the varsity team, and he's played defense for us the last couple of years.
My favorite memory from the season was probably how our defense played against St. Michael throughout the game. We had 2 forced turnovers, I believe, and 1 defensive touchdown, so that was pretty awesome.
Gabe's doing really well. I believe he has 3 interceptions so far this year. He likes to call himself Spa Island, and he's doing very well. I think opposing offenses are taking note of his abilities.
Right now, I want to go to college and play some football. Where, I do not know quite yet, but time will tell.
Gabe is a gamer. He really likes, he starts to shine during the game time. A little bit extra comes out on Friday night for him, and it shows on the field.
Hardest team? Definitely St. Michael. They hit hard, and they showed good sportsmanship, and it was just an all-around physical game.
Gabe practiced hard. He is a leader on the field. He's showing kids how to do things correctly, and overall just being a good asset to the defense this year.
Proudest moment was probably when I turned around in the back of the end zones against St. Michael as well, when I was cheering with my teammates and we were up 6-0.
Gabe impresses me with his knowledge of the game and understanding his what's going on with the opposing team, where he should be, and what steps he needs to be taken to be successful.
I play corner and a little bit of receiver. Hopefully some more this week.
Tuesday night, the girls volleyball played St. Michael Albertville for their senior night. They lost 0-7. Their last regularly scheduled match is Monday at Buffalo.
The girls' tennis team played Grand Rapids for their sections game, but they lost a tough fight.
On October 6th, the cross-country team competed at Blaine and set many personal records and medals. And that brings us to the Rookie of the Week cross-country runner, Skylar Miles.
He's a very dedicated athlete. He never gives up, he never slacks, he's constantly giving over 100% in practice. And he even goes out of his way to do things that aren't expected of him. For instance, he shows up for Saturday practice at 6:45 on a Saturday in the morning, and he ran his longest run, which was 8 miles this season. So needless to say, he always surprises the coaches by exceeding our expectations.
I had surgery back in April, and I couldn't play basketball last year because of the upcoming surgery, and I was out about 6 weeks, and I had to be out of school. And the surgery was on, I had to replace my aortic valve because there was a leak. And I had to be out a while, and I couldn't do much for the past year. But in the summer, I finally could do most stuff, play basketball, strength conditioning, and then now I'm doing cross country now. I'm cross country because since I had my surgery, I thought that, well, knew I was probably like really out of shape, so I want to get back in shape and get ready for basketball in the winter.
Does Skylar's heart surgery affect his running? Most certainly not. In fact, most people wouldn't know that he ever had heart surgery, especially based on his level of dedication, his athletic performance, his commitment to the team. You would never think that someone like that had heart surgery.
Well, it limited me in the past, but not anymore. I could do anything now.
The dance team has a dance show at Blaine High School at 6:30. In addition, some St. Francis dancers have the opportunity to compete on Sunday at Eastview High School in Apple Valley for the title of Miss Dance Team Minnesota. Lauren is getting more information for us. Let's see what she has for us on it this week.
Excited about getting to compete as solo for the very first time and getting to compete with a lot of other girls from different schools and getting to see their dances. I'm most nervous about if I mess up my dance on stage. I'm most nervous about doing a solo because I haven't done one in a long time.
I'm excited to represent St. Francis and see all of the other schools.
What are you most nervous about?
I think just like every dancer, you know, your music's stopping or forgetting your dance, but you just gotta remember you've done it a million times and you can push through it.
And what are you most excited about?
I'm most excited about like returning from last year, like having the experience of last year and knowing what to expect for this year.
The Student Council put together many different events for Homecoming Week. Power Buff took place on Monday with the seniors taking the win. On Wednesday, the junior and senior girls played some Powder Puff football, with the juniors taking the win of a score of 57-3. Some of our staff went out and got some more information.
That's all we have for this week. Have a great weekend, Saints.